Hi, welcome back to this developing story. You're watching the exciting series finale to Hannah Swatching.
We don't really do bits here.
What?
We don't really do bits here. This is a pretty low-key makeup channel.
I mean, I'm already dressed up and, filming it. Can I just finish what I was saying?
Yeah, sure. You have like 30 seconds, okay? I'm sorry, guys, I didn't know.
As I was saying, you're watching tonight's exciting series finale to Hannah swatching all of her single shadows. Which ones will she declutter? Which ones will she cherish? You'll have to stay tuned to find out, but this might just be the most dramatic video yet. We're all so excited to see what happens. Let's pop over to the field to see what real fans are saying.
Oh yeah, I really like Hannah's eyeshadow videos. I was watching this one the other day and she decluttered a Taupe moonshadow and I was like, that's really cool because not everyone would just declutter a Taupe moonshadow, but she did, so I thought that was really cool. Hey man, you got a buck? Can I ask you a few questions? I wanted to ask you about Hot Vegan Hannah's shadow series. No, I'm not cheating on you. There's some weird lady talking to me. HVH? Oh my god, I love her videos. So there's a new one coming out? I'm definitely gonna watch. My boyfriend Brad, dies when she brings her cat into a video, cause, he's allergic. Well, you've heard it here, folks. Let's see how the swatch party goes down tonight. You're not gonna wanna miss this. Signing out, I'm Shanna, and you're watching Hot Vegan Hannah. Oh, it's my turn. All right. Well, I guess we don't really need me to say much more. She pretty much covered it. So let's just switch over to all of the shimmery, glittery, beautiful goodness that's about to take place on my hands. Okay, here is what we're working with. As always with these videos, I'm not trying to get rid of as many as possible. I just want to make sure that everything I keep is eyeshadows that I believe in and I want to continue my relationship with. Sometimes that means I keep several shadows that are similar, but I have love in my heart for all of them. And sometimes I declutter shadows that are kind of unique just because I don't like the formula, or it's unique in my collection for a reason. It's unique because I don't like that type of shade. Yeah, not sure how this is gonna go, but I'm excited. I've also been a lot more into neutral eyeshadows recently. I still like a good, beautiful, colorful shimmer especially, but these have just been doing it for me. So yeah, let's start at the top. I have these 5 lighter ones. I did swatch most of my lighter shadows in their own video. I did a champagne / iridescent eyeshadow video that will be linked down below if you like that kind of thing. But these are the shadows that didn't really feel like they fit in with those. I feel like these are a little bit more taupey, perhaps. 2 of these are the new Moonbeams from Divina. This one's Fire Hunt. I also did a whole video with these where I swatched them on my eye. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are liquid metal. This one in particular is more of a taupey base, but all of these have a very silver chunky reflect. Oh, and I have a stain of eyeliner there. Ignore that. But I absolutely love this shadow. This one's Air Glow. This one I actually am wearing on the inner third of my lid in the intro and outro during the part where it's actually me and not that weird reporter. This one's more of just a soft gold. I believe this one was a little bit flakier in the swatch video, unless I'm getting it confused with another one, but I think it was. But it's still really pretty, and I don't mind some flakes if I get that pigment. This one's probably the closest thing I have to those moonscape shadows other than the moonscape shadows. This one is Palladium from Terra Moons. This one's a similar formula of just looking like molten metal, but this one's way more rose gold. Really pretty though. I love starting these videos with strong shadows because it gives everything else a tough standard, and I like a tough standard because that means I'm left with really good shadows. Okay, this next one I've had in my collection for a while. It's Glamour from Colored Rain, and this one I'm pretty unexcited about when I see it. Yeah, I'm going to declutter this one. It's the type of shadow that if I didn't have a lot of eyeshadow and I needed this taupey champagne, it would be fine. And I bet for a lot of people also who want makeup that isn't going to walk into the room before you do, this would be like a great shimmer shade for you. But I feel like if I am looking for a more subdued look, I'll do like a colorful matte look, or I'll just use like an interesting shade. For this to be so neutral and the formula to be so like average, it doesn't do anything for me. I don't want it. Okay, and then we have this Luxie one. This is Pink Linen. I bought this in their January drop, and I think this is one of the manufactured shades, but something about it I do like. I mean, I think you can tell it is more reflective than Glamour is. It doesn't have like the sparkle of these. I mean, and these are a really, really high standard to compare anything to, but it does have that same kind of like catching the light like those do, you know? So I am going to hold on to this one. I think this fits the bill that if I want something that's very subtle, I would be interested in that. Or very subtle for my standards, I should say. Next, we have this little grouping of golds. I bet there's some in here too that have like a crossover. I was kind of just separating the best I could. Let's start with this big guy. This one is Fool's Gold from JD Glow. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Need I say more? It's so gorgeous. And this one's like going to be like our gold standard for golds. Haha, get it? Like gold standard? Haha. Okay, this one is Social Butterfly from Luxie. I think this is in their Butterfly Kisses 2 collection, and I remember this one being really pretty. Oh yeah. This one has a lot more dimension to it. Like it's kind of like a warm copper with gold sparkles on top. It actually is like a more interesting shadow than this Fool's Gold is, I would say. It's really pretty. And then let's hang around to this one. This is Peacock from Luxie. I don't even remember when I got this. It always surprises me because like with the name like Peacock, I expect to be like a blue or a green, but it's this really pretty gold. I'd say it's actually pretty similar to Social Butterfly, but just with like a less intense base to it. And I feel like it looks kind of greenish in the pan. I bet in certain lights that green comes out. Okay, next is this gold from the ColourPop I Think I Love You palette. These singles I held onto for so long because I just felt like they were better than other ColourPop singles, which like may be true, but like I don't need to compare to that standard because if I want a gold and I didn't reach for any of those three, that would be a crime. So I'm going to declutter this ColourPop one. And then the final one that I had pulled into this gold category is, ooh, Sweetie Sunbeam from Divina. I love this one too. So pretty. This one's hard to explain. I want to say it has like something a little bit more taupe to it, but I don't know. I think it might also just be like a gold flip with like a warm copper base. Kind of similar to this Luxie one, but just different, you know? And they're both so gorgeous. And I'm keeping all of those. I think that one kind of flows into this one. This is Starburst. This is what I have in the center of my lid in the intro and outro. Ooh. Yeah, this one's actually probably more gold than some of those that I had in that gold category, but really pretty. I just love that sparkly formula on some of these Luxie shadows. And $3, can't beat it. This one is Honey Pot from Luxie. I also don't know like which ones of these Luxie shadows are still available, but they'll like completely pull something off the website and then it'll be back. So if one of these speaks to you, then who knows, anything's possible. This one is like really coppery gold, very orangey. Yeah, that base is just like straight up orange. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. A lot of these Luxie shadows also I have eye swatch videos where I've used them on my lid, but then I forget about them because I have too many eyeshadows. Or I had. I'm definitely getting to an amount that's more manageable for my little brain. Okay, let's stick with the brighter golds for now. This one is Lynx from Divina. Absolutely love this. This one is a bit lighter and more peachy. Really pretty. Maybe I'll swatch these kind of three more orangey golds together. This one is Sunflower from Luxie. It came out in their collection last fall. I really like it. I don't think it's as dimensional. Yeah, it's not as dimensional as some of those other Lucy shadows, and it also, I think it has a bit more of a metallic finish, as opposed to this, like, really sparkly finish that are in a lot of them, but it's still really pretty and I like it. And I do see, I'm not sure if it's coming across on camera, but I can see this orange flip to it that I bet you would see pretty clearly in, like, daylight. Next is this Adept one. This is ACS 30. This Adept formula always confuses me because it feels so, like, hard pan, but it still comes up nicely. You know what, I think I'm going to declutter this one. I think it has kind of, like, similar vibes to this Honey Pot, but I would just way rather use this one. Was this even Honey Pot? I think it was. And then we have this Divina one. This is Majesty. In the video where I went through all of my Divina shadows, I was kind of saying that these more basic shimmers, this is like one of their $6 shimmers, to stay away from and go for like the $8 shadows like Lynx, $2 more. I mean, I haven't even showed you what this $6 means yet, but I mean, we'll see, because this is still a nice shadow. And even if it's not as beautiful as some of their $8 shadows, yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I do like how it like stands out. It's bold, it's bright. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm decluttering that Adept one, and this Divina one's really nice. Okay, where to next? Let's talk about this one. This is a Jeffree Star depotted shadow. I don't purchase from his brand anymore, and I've been kind of like slowly depotting all of my palettes from him just because they don't bring me happiness when I look at them, but some shadows individually are quite good. And this is a shadow kind of like that, like what I said about Colored Rain Glamour before, that like if I had a smaller collection and this was my bronze shadow, it would be just fine and I would use it and I wouldn't really have many complaints. But just with my collection being so gorgeous, I know we're going to swatch a shadow soon that's going to be similar and better, and I don't need this Jeffree Star one. I feel like the ones that I've kept from him that I'm really enjoying are kind of like unique mattes, and while that bronze is nice, it's just not a unique shade. Okay, so let's go over here next. This is the Monarch from Luxie. This was in their Butterfly Kisses collection in, I think, 2020? Ooh, this one definitely has more red to it. Has like a red sparkle. It's not my favorite of theirs, but it's going to survive this round and it'll probably come up in like a randomly selected palette, compare it to other formulas in my collection and see if I want to keep it longer. Let's do a couple more of these ColourPop ones. These are all from the same I Think I Love You palette. I really don't think I had decluttered a single one before I started the series. And this one I'm going to declutter. It's just a very basic shimmer formula. These two, I like how they look in the pan a little bit more. This one just feels a little bit like flakier, which I like. I'm going to put that back down here. And then this one, more of a copper. This copper I'm going to declutter. Yeah, I feel like already off the bat, I like that one better. Oh wait, is that Jeffree Star one I decluttered? Well, either way, if I already decluttered one that's better than this one, then this one definitely doesn't need to stay. I'm also trying to get comfortable with the idea again of like, I could have a gap in my collection for a bit of time and like that's fine. And then with like a new line of shadows comes out, there's like already a place for it in my collection and in my heart. I like that idea a lot. This next one, ooh, this is Gamma Ray from Terra Moons. This one looks very brown and very green in the pan and in my finger. I always forget about this shadow and it's like out of this world. Oh my god. You can see all those colors and dimensions in it. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying there's no reason for me to keep those really basic shadows. That's so absolutely incredible. Wow. I feel like this one's like a little bit deeper also. This is going to be a good reminder to me too as we go into some of these deeper shades that I have this one and it's incredible. Ooh, this next one is Adorbs from Luxie. This is what I have in the outer third of my eye, in the intro and outro. Really pretty. This one like has something like pinkish to it. And like the flip on it's definitely gold, but it doesn't look too warm. I really like that. Okay, I'm going to wipe these off and then we can continue going. Absorb. Oh, that Gamma Ray is so incredible. Okay, I'll be right back. Next up, we have Bohemian from Luxie. I feel like in general with Luxie, their older shadows are worse. Their newer shadows are better. Definitely with many exceptions. But this is an older shade. That's still pretty good. Not as incredible, hit it out of the park, sparkly, amazing goodness as the best of the best, but it's still a nice shade. Do I want to keep it though? I do all that to defend that. I think I'm going to declutter it. I think it just, I mean, I still stand behind the fact that it's nice, and I'm not only decluttering things that are bad. I just have things that are better. And like, do I want to spend a whole day in my life to wear this on my lid when I could wear Gamma Ray on my lid? I think the answer is clear. Next, I have this Natasha Denona single that was just like a freebie at Sephora. I'm not sure if it's vegan or not. I think it's from the Bronze palette, and I do like it, and I'm gonna keep it. This next one, oh, this is High Strung from ColourPop. I've had this for so long, and it survived my like last ColourPop declutter because it is better than so many other ColourPop shadows. You know, I think I am going to keep it for now also. This might be one, again, that I try out in a palette and then I declutter it right away. That does happen sometimes because swatches don't always tell the full story, and sometimes I just need to see it on my lid to be like, this isn't doing it. But also with these deeper shadows, like I could use this in the outer corner with like a very light shadow. There's some options, so I'm gonna hold on to it for now. Let's do these two kind of like brightish ones down here. This one is Moth to a Flame from Luxie. This came out in January, and it's like a bronze, but it has red in it. I can see that there's a flip to it. It's not the most dimensional shadow, but it is pretty, and I like it. And then we have another ColourPop one from that same I Think I Love You palette. This one's like a cherry cola type of shade, and I'm going to declutter it. It's just not doing it for me. Yeah. Okay, let's go to this section up here, which is kind of like more taupey, deeper shades. Let's start out with this Adept one. This is ACI 2. It's from the original Plain Jane palette. And again, it looks like an old hard panned disgusting shadow in the pan. But like, it's really pretty and really sparkly. I don't know what magic they use for that level of deception, but it is a really pretty shadow. It's pretty sheer, but like there's a place and time for that also. And I think it would look really pretty, even just like all over my eye in like a more kind of subtle makeup look. Next, ooh, Veil Nebula. This is gonna be good, guys. This is gonna be good. Wow, I don't even know what it's doing here in this neutrals palette, to be honest. It's like a green and a purple. It's so pretty. It's so unique. It's kind of like deep enough that I don't use it very often, but I need to figure out how I like using it. Maybe just on the outer half of my lid, maybe as like a dramatic wing liner kind of thing. But it's so pretty. Ooh, or maybe on my lower lash line. Cool. That would look really pretty with Orion from Divina, which is like a shimmery light green all over my lid, and that on like the outer or the lower lash line. I like that idea. Next we have Stargazer. This is a Terra Moon shadow that was in that Urban Outfitters bundle. I did a video swatching them on my eyes, and this one was my least favorite of those four, just because I'm not the biggest fan of this like antique gold tone, but the formula is really pretty. And I definitely want to use it more, and I think that like seeing it in different contexts might make me like it more. So yeah, it's sticking around. Okay, these three. This one is Amazon Basin from Colored Rain. And again, it doesn't excite me that much looking at it in the pan, but I just feel like it might be like a useful tool in building a look. Yeah, and I think it's something that I might have to like try out in real practical use to develop a strong opinion about it. This next one is Reflection from Luxie. This was in their last fall launch, and this one's more dimensional than I think it looks in the pan. It has like this like taupey green over a brown base. It's really pretty. And then this one, I hate how it looks in the pan. This is Taupe 101 from Luxie. It's a really old shadow, and I always think it's like probably similar to one of those, but it's very gray. And you know what? I think I'm going to declutter both of those actually. Just looking at them, like these three don't excite me. This one excites me the most because it has that flip to it, But these two are just like a color that I don't like. Formula doesn't impress me that much. Sure, they could be building tools, but I don't want to keep tools just to create situations where I need them. And I think that without these shadows, I'll be just fine. And if I want something deepening, I probably wouldn't want something so kind of like gray toned anyway. So yeah, I talked myself into it and then I talked myself out of it. Okay, I am gonna wipe these three off my hand just so I can swatch all of my last category on my palm. We got a lot of glitter going on here, and that's okay. So this is my just kind of like deep browns. I have fantasies of like a chocolate, shimmery, smoky eye. I feel like I want to keep one for that purpose, even though I'm sure I have a lot of shadows already in palettes that I could do that with, or I could build that out of other shadows if I need to, like a deep brown matte with a more sheer shimmer pressed on it. I have options, but I do want to narrow this down because this isn't a group that I use very often. So let's start with this ColourPop one. I think I used this in my random palette maybe in January, and I think I liked it. Ugh. You know, let's just swatch them in a row and then talk about them. I am going to give this a little bit more of a layer though. Didn't change much. This one is ACS 36 from Adept. That one's definitely more purpley. This one's Chocolate Bar from Sydney Grace. I do find their shimmers to be pretty hit or miss. Then we have ACI 1 from Adept, which means it was the first shade in the Plain Jane palette. I'm not like keeping that palette intact, but I haven't gotten rid of any of the shadows from it yet. And then this is Trident from Divina, another one of those $6 shimmers. Here's the thing that's confusing me about these. Off the bat, I am going to declutter these first two, this ColourPop one and this Adept one. They're just not doing it for me. Then out of these three remaining, I feel like these two on the end, this is the Plain Jane Adept one and the Divina one, they are like the strongest formula-wise, but this Chocolate Bar one, I just really like the tone of it. And this one, out of these three, gives me those chocolate smoky eye fantasies. I'm tempted to like do something rash, but at the same time, I'm like, do I really need to? I could just try it out. So I think I'm going to leave it there and keep these three and just let myself have a little bit more time with them and think it through, make an educated decision after I've tried them out more. Okay, so these are all the shadows that I'm keeping. There are 27 of them. We started out with 39 in this category, and I'm decluttering 12 of them. So I didn't say this today, but my goal for this year is to declutter my makeup collection and my clothing collection by 25%. And today we did more than that. It would have been decluttering about 10 to make it 25%, and we decluttered 12. And I'm really happy to know that of these ones left, they're either shadows that like I know are super, super incredible or beautiful, or they're shadows that I want to try out a little bit more. And I like knowing that the really beautiful ones do outnumber the ones that like I'm unsure about and I need to try out, you know, and it's fun that I still have a little bit of a project left because I don't want to be done with all of my projects all at the same time, you know? So yeah, the shocking conclusion of me swatching all of my single shadows brings us to this beautiful little assortment here. Oh, I get to do the outro? All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope that was enjoyable to watch. We are officially done swatching all of my single shadows. If you've missed some of the past videos, I'm going to have them linked down below. There's been like 12 of them, perhaps, already. It's been a really good time, and we have a lot more indie shadow content, using what you have, appreciating your collection, all that good stuff on the way. I would really love if you gave me a like, subscribed, and stuck around for that. And thank you so much for being here with us.
Good night, America, and stay sparkly out there.
Bye. Hey, you got a piece of gum? Was that good?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
That's it?
Well, and then I have to change.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cold.
This is exclusive footage of hot vegan Hannah.
It's cold. This is my burb. 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 Burb.
Barb.
Burb.
Barb.
Hey, can I roller skate with you?
This is my hunk of plastic. What do you have to say for yourself?
All right.